Breakfast is ready to go. Before you breakfast though, I have some multivitamins, a little bit of creatine, and then I just throw electrolytes in the water because obviously when you're asleep for 8 hours, you haven't drank for a while. Hydrate up a little bit, but we got the usual. Come on now, we got the usual right there. We got the 5 eggs, onion, pepper, spinach, 4 ounces of turkey, a little bit of cheese, and then we got some sourdough toast. Life's good. Life's always good when you get to wake up to this. I'm stoked to eat this, but we'll hop into the video. Be a good day of training, eating, some sprinting, some lower body, the best day of the week. I love hitting legs. I love sprinting. I love eating food. Let's go. We are here, about to run some sprints. It's about 7:30. Look at that carpet of a grass. When you can find a good grass field, keep it, because they are hard to come by. These fields, they keep them so well manicured, perfectly cut, perfect length, nice and fast track for the day. But we'll get into this. I'm gonna do warm up, get into some speed drills, maybe some plyos, and then do some flying sprints. So all flying sprints are, you just have a 20, 30 yard period where you build up speed. So coming out, building, and then a 10 to 20 yard stretch where you're maintaining 100%. So that build up obviously allows you to build up, hit those top speeds. So very highly demanding. So if you haven't done this, definitely shy away from it. But if you built up to it, very good. But super good max velocity stuff. Again, with sprint training, not conditioning, so we are getting maximal recovery. I love sprint training sessions because it's just warm up, you rip sprints, run as hard as you can, and then you rest forever. You stand there forever. That's good sprint training. You should be resting forever. Should be almost boring in between sets because it's not conditioning, it's max intensity stuff. And it's just beautiful when you got a beautiful day out, beautiful morning. There's nothing better than just ripping some sprints. So do a warm up, do some speed drills, the A series, working on some mechanics, but also just really warming up my hips, my hamstrings, my calves really tight, so warming that up. Do some scissors and some prime times, and then yeah, we'll get into ripping some sprints. Start with some max velocity sprints, so flying sprints, and then maybe do some longer accelerations. Kind of play around this is my second one this week, so I'll just do lower body today. So let's get into it. So starting with some speed drills here. So these are just some A switches with a skip. So think about with all these drills, you're popping your thighs past each other. You're trying to pull your toe towards your shin and trying to really have that foot land right under that hip. So really good for kind of working out some mechanics, but again, also kind of warming up your hip flexors, everything. So I did singles, doubles here, and then triples. So kind of working on that just one at a time, really driving that knee up, landing right under that hip, pushing yourself forward, kind of similar to how you would when you're accelerating, really pushing off that back foot through the ground. Super good drills, get you warmed up. Then some scissor drill here. So small scissors into big scissors or prime times, really reach and open up those hamstrings. And then here, some big prime times into sprints. Prime time into 80%, into 90%, and then a prime time into 100%, really warm it up. All right, just finished the warm up. Thing with warming up and sprinting, warm-ups are key for sprint. Like, one good thing I heard is you shouldn't tell where your warm-up ends and your sprint training starts. It should all just progressively flow together. So start slow with some dynamic stretches, then get into some drill work on some mechanics, but also really just priming your hamstrings, your hip flexors, everything for the maximal sprints, and then transition into maybe some more technical drills like those straight leg bounds, scissors, some plyos, and then get into some build-up sprints, and then just flow straight into the sprinting. So that warm-up takes me like 15 to 20 minutes. Again, like it'll be a 45-minute session. Half of it's me warming up, the other half session sprinting, and it's super important to get your warm-up in. Now, obviously, you can overcook yourself in the warm-up. I used to do every drill under the sun, and by that time I would start sprinting, I'd be pretty cooked. So I think just finding enough volume where it warms you up, primes you, gets you stimulated but doesn't annihilate you is super key. So that's the warm-up I've done for always, like doing some sort of A series, single, double, triples, and then really prime the hamstring, especially for max velocity sprinting where you're gonna put your hamstrings under a lot of stress. Start small with scissor drills, build it up, straight leg bounds, and then straight leg bounds to sprint. So got that all done. I don't think I'm gonna do any plyos today. You know, sometimes I'll do like bounds or power skips, but I kind of just want to feel good. So I want to get straight in these sprints. So flying sprints, I'm gonna do a 30-yard build, 10-yard fly. I think I'm gonna do 2 of those, and then 30-yard build, 15-yard fly, 2 of those, and then maybe 30-yard build, 20-yard fly, 2 of those, and see how I feel. So let's get into it, baby. speed session, done and dusted. Some good work. Ended up just doing those 6 flying sprints. So 30-yard build, 10-yard fly, 2 of those, 30-yard build, 15-yard fly, and then 30-yard, 2 of those, and then 30-yard build, 20-yard fly, 2 of those. So 6 max intensity, high output sprints. Felt pretty good. I think it was a perfect volume because the last one kind of felt like slowing down a little bit. So obviously with sprint training, it's max intense. So once you start feeling yourself slowing down, then you're really not sprinting anymore. You're just fatigued and you should probably stop there. So 6 good reps. Enjoyed that Monday. I did more of an acceleration focus. So some 20s and 30s. And then today I did more of a max velocity. So that's typically what I do. Do more an acceleration focused and a max velocity. You kind of hit both ends of the sprinting spectrum. So super fun to do. Again, if you're newer to sprinting, I would kind of stay away from this session because it's pretty taxing because you're hitting max speeds for long durations. But again, you can obviously build your way up. Start with short accelerations, hill sprints, and gradually work your way up. Don't just jump in and rip some 40s because you will pull the hamstring. So be smart with it. But yeah, great session. So done with that. I love sprint training. I mean, like I said, I'm resting 3 to 4 minutes between each reps because that's what you have to do. And it's just awesome being at a field. It's beautiful out. Morning, you're staying there a couple minutes, contemplate life, run some sprints. It's a great day. Let's get it. All right, we're here at Kava. Look at that bowl, baby. That, I'm so stoked. Oh, I just knocked a bunch off. I'm stoked to eat this. But since you got spinach, white rice, just 1 scoop of tzatziki, chicken, steak, and then as much vegetables as I can get, and a little balsamic date vinaigrette, I'm freaking stoked. This looks delicious. There's so much flavor in this. You know, I can't make that at home. I can't make that flavor at home. So I'm stoked to eat this. Oh yeah, it's gonna be good. Let's go. All right, now getting into the lift portion a couple hours later. So always start a lift off with some movement prep. So these are the 3 moves I like to do. So banded TKE, or terminal knee extension. You just grab like a heavy band, put it right behind your kneecap. What you're doing here, really just coming up on that toe, and then you're squeezing that quad and glute. Good for some knee health, but also just good. I really like them just almost as like mental. Like if I do these and it's like, oh, my knees feel better. And obviously, yeah, it helps get some blood in that quad. So I'll do 15 each leg there. And then I'll do this Copenhagen plank here. So Copenhagen planks, you get in that side plank position, really good for your adductors. You can go long lever. All that means is your foot's on the bench. If that's a little too challenging, a little too extreme, you can also go where you bend your knee and you just have your knee on the bench. That's a short lever Copenhagen. Both really good to warm up your adductors, your hips there. Really good for strengthening that. And I love throwing in some prehab stuff to, kind of just add to my routine, but also warm me up a little bit. And then I just love warming up, the posterior chain glute. So a single leg glute bridge here, 10 each side. So I'll roll through that 2 times, 15 on each on the TKEs, 20 seconds each on the Copenhagens, and 10 each leg on the glute bridges. And then starting the day off with some power work. So some jumps. So here, a kneeling jump variation. So you go from that kneeling jump, landing, and then I'm using a hurdle here, 42 inches. I end up doing, I think, 4 sets of 3 there, just popping, landing, trying to jump as high as possible. And then we go from as high as possible to as far as possible here. So popping, punching that ground. Big thing with these triple broad jumps is you're trying to punch that ground. You're trying to get off the ground as quickly as possible on each jump. You're stringing together 3, trying to get as far as you can with those 3. Those are super fun. Did 4 there. And then I just did some singles on clean. So at 297 here, end up doing 8 sets of 1. I just wanted to kind of move some heavy weight, just 1 rep, and kind of just set a clock for like 14 minutes and kind of just went when I felt good. So it was probably like every 2 minutes or so. But 8 sets of 1 there, some quality singles. So I was happy with that because clean, some I want to start building up again. It's dipped down a little bit and need to get back to those heavier weights. And then the first main compound movement, barbell RDL, just did a classic 5x5 here. These were pretty tough today. I was trying to get a little lower, really reaching, almost trying to touch the ground with the bar. Typically when I do RDLs, come to like that mid-shin level, which really good stretch in the hamstrings. But did 4 plates here, 405. Felt pretty good. These definitely ruined my hammies. My hammies were fried after that, but there is nothing better for the hamstrings than these RDLs. Heavy RDLs. Get some straps. I mean, load them up. Like, I think a lot of the time people kind of use them more as an accessory movement, and they don't actually load it up and they just go through the motions, I think start challenging yourself, grab some straps, don't limit yourself with the grip, and start ripping them. I mean, you can be a lot stronger in those movements than you think, and it's so good for hamstring, posterior chain development. So I did 5 sets of 5 there, and then I went into pause squats here. 4 sets of 5 of pause squats, and I'll tell you what, my legs were cooked at this point. So these were pretty tough. All I'm thinking on these is my quads were like shaking. I'll just push through my feet as hard as possible. So pausing for like 1 to 2 seconds at the bottom, just a clear pause where it's breaking up that eccentric, concentric. So pause squats are really good because obviously you have to go from a dead stop at the bottom. So if you struggle getting out of the hole, maybe a sticking point problem, it could be good for that. But it's also a different variation where instead of getting that bounce at the bottom, you're breaking up the eccentric or the lowering portion of the lift and the concentric or the coming up portion. And you really have to go from a dead stop and really produce a lot of force to push yourself back up. So great movement there. 4 sets of 5, and you can work with pretty heavy weights there. I think I was using about 80% of my regular squat max, so you'll be surprised how strong you are on these. And then I went into the hamstring curl here. Love these. So with the RDLs, you're getting more of a hip dominant movement, and then with this, you're getting more of a knee dominant movement. So when you're training the hamstrings, you kind of want to hit both of those. Maybe not in the same session, but at least in the same week. This was more of a hamstring focus, so I wanted to hit both. What I did here, though, it was a rest pause method. So I essentially picked a weight I could get 6 to 8 with. I went until I couldn't get a full range of motion. So on this first set, it was 8. That 8th rep, I couldn't get a full range of motion. Then I rested 20 seconds and then tried to bang out as many extra reps as possible, which was about 3. Ended up doing that for all 3 sets. It was pretty fun. Got the string singing, which is good. But rest pause method's really good to get some added reps in there. Really blow up the hamstring. So that was a fun movement. And then legs just absolutely fried. So finished off with just some calf raises and some goblet lateral split squats. These calf raises, so we have this pitch shark machine or belt squat, which is awesome. This variation, you're standing on the edge, and you could do a regular standing calf raise. You can do calf raises a million ways. Big thing with the calf raises is obviously coming up on your toes and squeezing that contraction, but the big part of the stretch is that bottom portion where you're thinking about bringing your heels almost as close to the ground as possible. Really getting a big stretch in that calf there. So did 15 reps there, 4 sets, and then I just paired that with these goblet lateral split squats. The thing I like about these I'm not really trying to like go for failure or hypertrophy. These are just kind of a feel-good movement I throw at the end. One, it gets me, all my other movements, I'm just moving forward and backwards. So here's a lateral movement, really good for the hips, adductors, as it's like really the only adductor strengthening I do, and just good for general health. So like throwing these in at the end of a session once a week to just maintain that, get really deep into the hips and, maintain those qualities. So that was a fun leg day. It was exhausting, but hey, that's the life. You sprint, you jump, you lift heavy weights. This is the way, baby. All right, finished lifting, little meal time, just went to the grocery store. Also, I'm in this bad habit where instead of buying like weekly groceries, I just go to the grocery store like 2 to 3 times a day. Literally there's 2 grocery stores by me, a bougie Whole Foods and then just a Kroger, and I go to like each one once a day. It's been bad. I just need to buy my weekly groceries. But 2 Oikos Pro yogurt, 140 calories, 20 grams protein, so there's 40 there. 2 Honey Crisp apples, already started eating one, and then gotta have some electrolytes. Peach mango, all-time flavor, save 10%, code Dylan, Transparent Labs. Anyways, good meal, good post-workout, some carbs and protein. That leg day was meaty as heck. I mean, that was a lot of volume. Yeah, that was a lot of volume. But hey, we got through it, so that's all that matters. It's done. I was in the gym for quite some time. Very fatiguing day. I mean, a lot of sprinting that my body is cooked. I might eat some extra calories today because my body probably needs it. So instead of 32, I might go like 36, but we'll see. If we eat this up, I'll catch you at the next Greg. Meal numero 4 here. We got some leftover chicken, some ground beef. It's like 5-ounce chicken, like 3.5 ounces of ground beef. Bunch of asparagus and a little rice with soy sauce on it. Super good, like 800 calories, like 50 grams protein. It's supposed to be at like 32.50. I might eat some more. It's only like 7 o'clock. Might stop here, might eat some more, we'll see. But it was a meaty leg day, so I deserve some more. But we'll dive into it. Finishing the day, food-wise, a little protein bar right here, Transparent Labs. These ones are delicious. These are actually new flavors, but the oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, I mean, this is like a dessert, but obviously really good for you. Super healthy, pretty calorically dense. which is good. Some fats, carbs, protein, but finished the day at like 2,500 calories. Yeah, a little extra calories today because that freaking leg day and sprint session fried me. And I was I trained for like 3+ hours today. So I was like, I need to give the body what it needs. So a little extra calories, finish the day off with this. But yeah, we'll leave it there. All right, we'll wrap the video up here. It's actually the next day, editing the video, but yeah, wrap it up here. A good day of eating and training. Just another standard day, nothing much. That's the good stuff, some good sprinting, some good running, some good food, and a good life. So super fortunate to do this. And yeah, crazy. About to reach 50,000 followers on Instagram, which is insane. Like, that's such a huge number. It's insane that many people follow me working out. And then thank you for the support here on Instagram or on YouTube as well. It is wild, man. Over the last couple months, they've just seen the support. So incredibly thankful for anyone whoever watches my videos or comments or asks me a question. It's awesome. It's extremely humbling. So wrap it up here, but yeah, just keep getting after it. Keep stack the days. It's just a day-by-day process. It takes a while, but it's always worthwhile in the end. It's all about the journey, not the destination. Just enjoy the process of it. Yeah, that's what I've just really tried to embrace nowadays, and just be thankful that I'm able to do this. And yeah, I'm just incredibly grateful to have an audience now. So if you guys made it to the part of this video, I'm incredibly thankful. Leave a comment, question. If you're interested in any programs or coaching, it's all in the link below. But yeah, let's just keep winning the days. Let's keep getting after it. And I'll see you in the next one.